Hi there, thank you so much for joining us today on BatchTV. Before we get started, make sure to turn on your notifications, hit subscribe and the like button, and make sure to leave any comments below on things you want to see in the future or just any questions that you have. My name is Michelle, and I'm really excited to go over today's episode with you. We are going to be showing you how to save tons of money by skip tracing through batch leads. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so skip tracing. It is one of the most important things with real estate investing. It's how you get phone numbers for the property owners. It's how you get in contact with them. It's how you're creating these deals. So it's really important, one, that you're getting accurate skip tracing, but two, it's really important that you don't skip trace the same property over and over and over again. So a lot of times, people will accidentally have a list that maybe they skip traced a month ago and they resubmit it for skip tracing, and they just spent some of their marketing dollars to just get phone numbers that they already have somewhere on their computer or in their database, okay? So what's really great with batch leads is when you skip trace through this system, we do eliminate that risk for you. So it saves your business tons of money, and we will show you how much money you can save with batch leads when you're skip tracing through the software. Another thing too is properties will sometimes appear on multiple lists. So I could have 101 Main Street on this pre-foreclosure list, but it also might be a high equity property, or maybe it has tax delinquents or whatever, so I have a pre-foreclosure list, I skip trace it, 101 Main Street's on there, and let's say I have a liens list, 101 Main Street is on there too. I go to skip trace that list. I've now skip traced the same property twice. I've now paid for it twice. Again, batch leads is going to eliminate that risk for you entirely. So what you're going to do is obviously import all of your records into batch leads, whether you get your properties from us or if you're getting lists of properties from somewhere else, you can import those and store those within your batch leads account. So let's just go ahead and pick a list here. I'm in my properties section. So I'm just going to go to a list. Let's go to this first high equity list, and I'm going to apply that filter. Now you can see some of these are already skip traced. So I'm just going to select this list. Actually, that's too many. Okay, so I'm going to actually just select 100 from this list. So we've got 100 selected, and then I'm going to go actions and skip trace. So I'm going to name this file, so high equity properties, or whatever makes sense to you. So what this is going to tell you is an estimated cost. It's going to say if all of these records come back with information, it's going to cost you X amount, okay? If it's 100% hit rate and you haven't previously skip traced any of these properties in the past. So if 100 records are eligible for skip tracing, I've never skip traced them before, I'm going to pay $10. Okay, this is my estimated cost. Now I'm just going to use my wallet balance. You can also use a card here. And if you do want to update and re-skip trace, you can. So if you have a super old list, maybe from a couple years ago, you want to re-skip trace it, see if there's any new information on there, by all means, you can do that. But I like to save money, so I'm not going to do that. Then I'm going to hit skip trace. And you can go to the skip tracing tab and see all of your previous orders. So this is the one we just submitted, the high equity properties. We submitted 100 records, and it is now processing. So it is pretty instant, just depends on how many records you're submitting for skip tracing. This will probably take a couple minutes. So we're just gonna let this sit here. And I'm actually gonna take us into one of my really good friends, David, his profile, and I wanna show you how much he has been saving with skip tracing. He's been skip tracing with us for a little over 2 years now. And it is unbelievable how much he has saved by skip tracing through here. So he's not, re-hitting those same leads and paying for them again. So we're just going to take a look at his profile really quick. You can see the file here, how many total records he's uploaded, how many total hits he got. So this one, he had a 95% hit rate. Now, this is what we're talking about. So the matches and savings. So he had 6,900 matches on this order. So the system said, hey, we found properties on this list that have already been skip traced in your system. We found matches. And he saved $690 by skip tracing this list through Batch Leads. And then his final cost was $179. So you can see all of these savings. He saved $690 here, $452, $371, $344. You guys, that is so much in savings. It's unreal. And this is money that he can put and focus on other areas of his business. He can focus on marketing to new areas, maybe expanding his team, okay? Whatever that is, he can take this money and put it somewhere else rather than wasting it on data that he already has. So that is the power of skip tracing through Batch Leads. It is so crazy, easy, and instant. Let's take a look at our own list that we submitted. I'm sure it's done by now. I'm just gonna click refresh. And here we go. You guys, we had 100 hits. We had 100% hit rate. It found one match in there, so I saved 10 cents, which is totally fine. So my cost, instead of being $10, was $9.90. But you guys, you can see how these savings really add up, especially if you're doing it at the level of my friend Dave, okay? You can see how much he's saving in his business. So sign up for Batch Leads. If you haven't tried it out, we do have a free trial. You can click the link below. If you are using Batch Leads, make sure you're using the skip tracing feature in here, because it will save you and your business hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by finding those matches in the system and eliminating them from your skip tracing total. Thank you so much again for joining us today on BatchTV. I hope this episode brought you so much value. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below, and definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications, and hit that like button.